I was in construction. I worked at AutoZone, worked at Jamba Juice, kind of went all over the place trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I found the Fab School on Instagram and followed the page, saw what you guys did, came for a tour, and then I ended up here in Fundamentals of Fabrication.
I ended up choosing the Fab School because before I came here, I like to mess around with trucks, mess around in the mud, have fun. And I started welding and stuff like that because originally my Toyota truck was like super rotten. They've got a notorious frame rot issue. And I ended up, my uncle actually came to my house, gave me some sheet metal, maybe like 1/4 inch thick, a grinder and a welder, and was like, okay, put the mask down, here's how you turn the heat and stuff and swap the wire. Don't burn yourself, don't like go blind, just have fun. And then he left, and then I started cutting out the rust, figuring it out, patching up the shit, and then started welding for like a year or two, and then decided I wanted to like go to school for it.
A little bit about my life before I came here is I'm from Hawaii originally, from the island of Kauai, and I used to just cut grass all my life, drive my trucks around and have fun. And the Fab School actually popped up on a YouTube ad, and it looked like everything I wanted to do with my life. And I did a little tour with the school when I flew over to California and was blown away by the facility and had to take the opportunity while I was here.
So I grew up in small town Wisconsin, just doing some industrial welding, and I was looking for fabrication schools for like drifting and stuff, and when I looked it up, this school came up, so I'm like, hell, I should take a tour. So I came and took a tour, and I was sold then.
I was in the Marine Corps. All my buddies had nice, fancy, fast cars, and I was too broke to afford one, so I started looking at ways to make one, build one. So I went to UTI, but they didn't really do the custom stuff that I'd like. So then I looked up fabrication, found this place, and after I left UTI, I came straight here and did my tour, and a few months later I did composites, and now I'm finishing up FOF and hopefully gonna get into DDM soon.
So before I did FOF, I had done the composites course and the digital design course. But I came straight out of high school. My brother was like, hey, I found this school. Do you wanna move out here with me? And I just got out of high school, so I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything else. So I think it's been a great experience coming straight from high school to learning this.
Disabled veteran, got out, had no idea what to do with my life. My career ended completely in the military. Went to jail, ended up going to college, didn't do very well, started losing myself, got back into welding, and that's when I found this course that DDM kind of brought me back, and then just adding this Fundamentals of Fabrication kind of enhanced that ability for me to know that I could do more than I was doing before.
Before here, I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps as an aircraft mechanic and crew chief, so I always had like kind of hands-on jobs, and then I just met a buddy who went here and he just proposed it to me, and it sounded like a real good gig, so I signed up for it, and here we are.
So I came from Texas, a small town called Argyle, and I, at a young age, loved cars. My dad and I would always like, oh, look at that Porsche over there, or like, look at that Ford Fairlane, or like whatever it was. But I like, my infatuation for cars grew, and I was like, I gotta learn how to weld so that I can go to a shop one day. So I got a job at a fence fabrication place, and the guy was great. He took me under his wing, taught me how to weld. I was there for 2 years, and then I was like, I gotta try out a car shop before I come here. I worked at a car shop 3 months, and then I came straight here, and that's just kind of what got me into it, watching a lot of car shows, and mostly my dad got me into it, but yeah.
really enjoyed like the difference of projects. So throughout the program, we got to do a lot of different stuff. We got to work with different metals and in new ways. Like nothing was the exact same. So kind of once you did the grunt work, there was always something new to learn.
I enjoyed everything. It's an overall like really good experience to come and be able to have all the tools and the necessities and everything you need to be able to create and fabricate things that you want to just maybe have an idea for, pick up off a teacher, sort of a different project that you're working on that you think you can do better or do something differently. Overall experience would have to be probably one of the best school experiences I've ever had. And with that being said, I would probably suggest this to anybody who asked for a school to go to.
So I really like the freedom that you have to mess around with the projects, learn. We get to burn so much material for welding. It's so nice to be able to have that learning experience, and you can't really get it anywhere else.
I learned a lot, and I really started from nothing. I mean, I didn't really ever weld. I didn't see or touch a welder before this course, and to kind of be at the place I'm at now, I think I've learned a lot, and in a really fun way.
And reflecting on when you started till now, how do you feel like your fabrication skills have grown?
Geez, quite a bit. I mean, I've been here about 1 year and 3 months. I just hit all 3 courses in a row, and yeah, they've changed a lot. I mean, I feel definitely there's a lot more I can learn and get better at, but I know which areas to get better in and what goes where and how to get the general idea of it. So I'm excited to learn.
After each month, I felt awesome. Like after each project, I could say weekly, I felt like better about myself, more confident using the tools and everything. And yeah, just always improving, especially putting in the time after school too, helped me feel confident in my actions and my product that I'm producing.
After each month in the program, I feel like we were just accelerating so fast. You didn't even think you could do this stuff, but they were able to just push you until you were able to, and you're like, wow, I've really grown over these skills in just short months.
Well, before I was already a welder for 5 years. I had no TIG experience. When I started TIG here, I hated it. I didn't want to touch TIG. Now that I'm done with all that, honestly, everything I took from it would be TIG. And I'm actually really comfortable with it now, and I'm surprised I never knew that abilities till now.
After the first month was exponential, because especially with MIG welding, you can get it down on your own, but having the instructors right next to you and you look at what you've just laid and you're like, okay, that doesn't look like what they're doing. So let me ask them. So they'll come and show you, or they can watch you. Once you get into it and if you put in your time, especially I put in my time after school, a couple hours here and there, and throughout the months it just kind of exponentially grew.
Favorite project's probably the I'm gonna say the A-arm, just because it was cool to build an automotive part from start to finish and see it come from a flat piece of sheet metal and then build it into an actual part that you could use on a vehicle. It's pretty gratifying to see just what your work can produce and then what it is, and this is the final product.
Probably the motorcycle chassis or the roll cage project. I just liked how it was a group project, and I feel like I learned a lot just from those projects. I'm working on chassis and just I feel like that those projects I learned and was able to hone in on my skills the best during those times.
I'd probably say the motorcycle project because of the way it turned out. It was really fun to connect with a group. I'm not the best at working in groups, so when I get the chance, I like to try and open myself up and fix it, I guess you could say. It's just harder for me because I like to control everything, so kind of letting that control go was hard for me, but I did my best.
We are making a blueprint for the rest of the team, so I'm
kind of designing the part right now so that I can give it to my machinist or my welder so that they know exactly what to do and we can move smoothly throughout the week. Delegating and proper management, so we elected a team leader, which happened to be me, and then we pick skills that everyone's good at, and now we can maximize our capabilities by delegating to each member of the team.
What kind of bike you guys making? What style bike?
Cafe.
Did you guys have to like argue about which one what kind of style you're gonna make, or was everybody on board?
Yesterday, before we got in our groups, I told everyone that was in that's going to be in my group. We're doing cafe, so it's a unanimous decision.
So you didn't give them an option?
No. They tried to fight it, but I said no. I showed them some cool cafes.
How's it been going so far?
It's been going good, you know. We're specializing in hand stroke cages right now. So, I mean, we've been working on some little gusset things and like just mainly keeping the tubes live, making sure everything lands in the center and different things like that.
What's been the hardest part?
Hardest part was probably the A-pillars. Setting up the main hoop that goes all the way back. That was probably the hardest, just because that's like everything you build off of. So getting that right is the main thing.
Whose cab is nicer so far?
Of course, this one. This is way nicer, more detailed.
Yeah, this one's hand stroke. Hand stroke. Gotta be nice.
Definitely a lot more precision and a lot more time using this cab.
Why isn't your cab hand stroke?
We don't bend that way.
Right now I'm gonna go back and do some work for the Marine Corps, but I want to go into aviation fabrication. So kind of building like fuel tanks, doing welding repairs on frames, things like that.
Yeah, I got a job lined up with the Boilermakers, so trying to see how that goes.
Yeah, 100%. I feel way more prepared. Like my tool belt is definitely stacked now. I'm gonna go do design, SolidWorks design and machine setup at an aerospace machine shop. So I'll go work there for a little bit, get my skills up, and just see what happens.
I have a job at FMF, and I start the 28th as a production welder and research and development.
After graduation, I have this huge opportunity to go down to Mexico with a race team and do a little trial run with them with the Baja 250 in San Felipe, and I'm gonna take it from there. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I already got a fabrication job lined up, and I'm working there right now, and I feel completely qualified for it, and I feel like that is mostly responsible because of Fab School. Right now, I'm working at Blood Motorsports, and I'm building professional Formula Drift cars, so I'm really loving that, and yeah.
I got a job lined up at Extreme Performance. Hopefully, go start building some dope sand cars, working on some side-by-sides, and hopefully start working on some trucks. But hopefully go work on some cool freaking race cars, the plan.
Well, right now, I already started my business again, and after this, I got a job down in Fontana. But I'm going back to college. I want to do construction, engineering, technology, and management. and hopefully take everything I did from here, even small welding bays. Maybe I find one of these guys that graduate from here and they start their own welding company. That would be a subcontractor for me in the future. And that's gonna always take me somewhere. And hopefully take anybody that comes from this school eventually under my wing as well.
I feel very confident. I've already put in a few weeks at some places here and there just to get some extra practice working in an actual shop environment. So I'm pretty confident I can do it. I've got like the main experience and military experience to kind of build up on that. So I'm building myself into a pretty versatile guy, and I think it's going to help out a lot.
I've actually lined up a job with an aerospace machine shop as a setup guy. So someone who makes like the fixtures and sets up all of the parts for manufacturing.
Next up, I have more school. I have a long series of courses after this. I'm just hoping to learn as much as I can about the automotive industry and the automobile or the car. So I'm trying to really cover as many aspects of the car as I can for when I do want to eventually open up my own shop.
I really just, as cliche as it is, I want to thank everyone. Lots of the guys in the class, the instructors, my parents for helping me through this. I'd be sitting here all day if I thanked everyone individually, so I just appreciate what everyone's done for me.
I want to thank the teachers, Miguel, Sean, Nate, Angel, Daniel, everyone who really helped out. All of them are great dudes. Super funny, super chill.
And what makes it easier is having good instructors. I'll do a shout out to MC, Ian, Angel, Nate, Sean, all the guys. I appreciate everything, and yeah, it made it easier for me being here in California.
All the instructors, yeah. All the instructors are really helpful. Other than that, I mean, yeah, my mom and my grandpa, they pushed me through, I guess.
Thanks Rome Charpentier. I mean, he's the person who housed me during schooling and helped me kind of grow with school and learn outside and inside of school. And thanks to Nate, I mean, I learned so much from him. I mean, he's the best instructor I could have asked for, especially since I'm so interested in drifting. It was just amazing.
I wouldn't say it's really like one person, but like I'd say just all the boys in the class, like they're for sure like just like really helped me get through it. Nate, Sean, Angel, MC, all the instructors, like just like giving me some tips, like giving me like a little story here and there, you know, just to help me like just really push through, like give me like enlighten me on certain things. But for sure the boys too, like I wouldn't say it's just one person, like everybody, like honestly, like push me every single day to be better.
My wife and daughter. Mainly my daughter. She's gonna be mad about that, my wife.
I just want to thank all the employees here at the Fab School for making this a great experience, and to everybody in my class that I would go hell and back with you, man, anytime.
Just thank this guy right here for pretty much giving me everything I needed and push me through every single day. I do it all for him, and everything I fabricate in the future is going to be for him, so it means a lot.
It's been a lot of fun, but I wouldn't be able to do it without him.
Yeah, there's a really special guy who kind of really pushed me to, you know, come to school every day and try my hardest. It would be this young man here. You know, he really just, you know, pushed me every day to become better, become a better version of myself. And, you know, he really had that effect on a lot of people in the course.